Welcome everybody. We are back paddling in the pool for the 205th time. My name is Chili Boy and I'm joined by the wonderful...
Hello, it's me, it's the Spy. Even though I'm not a doctor, this doesn't have anything to do with anything. But we are here with Backlink Gaming against Dynamon. Not the real one, mind you. And we're going up for Clamblitz in Scorch Gorge. Chili, what is your opinion on this map? I feel like Clamblitz Scorch Gorge has always been kind of controversial.
I was just smirking then because of how we were in suspense in the waiting room, hoping that the Dynamon from Splat 1 would join. But for people that don't know, Dynamon was a Japanese Dynamo player that was an absolute legend in previous Splatoons. I remember getting absolutely eviscerated by them back in the day. But yeah, in terms of Scorch Gorge, Clamblitz, I think I quite like that. The basket's a bit harder to get to. I think it requires, for the most part, and I know I don't want to commentators curse this, but generally it requires more coordinated play to make a kind of decent push. So I personally am a fan of it, but I also play Tri-Stringer, and it's a nice stage for Tri-Stringer, so that might be my bias. What about you?
I mean, I really like this. I feel like this map is generally just a bias because it has been shown in the first trailer along with the Tri-Stringer. But I don't think that has anything to do with anything. But I actually like this one too, even if it's kind of controversial.
Yeah. It is a fun one. It should be entertaining nonetheless. We got some familiar faces here. So we got Pat, who's played for Bloodline. Lean, of course, the Dynamon legend, and who has helped us advance our Splatoon knowledge so much more than if we didn't have Lean's presence. As we're opening up here, in terms of comps, we've got Dynamon going for double splash, it looks like, with Slashing Machine, and is that that's a 52, not a 96. And we do see on Backlink's part a 96, a splash, and a double splash, and a Nautilus, so fairly standard comps, so not too many new weapons. But it looks like Dynamon are setting up for a really impressive push really quickly, and that Booyah just took out multiple people and already broke the basket. We're only, what, 35 seconds in?
Yeah, that's like a really strong push, even starting out. Like, they already got the crab tank and it's kind of pressuring away everything. And they're already down to 44, while the machine is kind of giving a lot of pressure to that Neo splash, which honestly we haven't seen that much, I feel like, either. And what the hell is going on? The Kraken is going in. It's still down to 17 points now. And I don't know what Backlink will kind of have to do. I mean, the push is now over. Dynamon has a penalty of 41, which is really high for Clamblitz.
But I mean, that's how you make a statement. Yeah. I mean, that is how you make an opening statement. And Dynamon completely rejecting any new meta and going for like good or reliable with a double splash and machine, and it doing absolute wonders. We were just talking a little bit about Kraken before this, weren't we, Spy? In the sense that it is not really comparable to Splatoon 1 Kraken at all. The painful kind of startup, some end lag. It seems to be more effective use as a distraction tool rather than going for lots of slays. But at the moment, Dynamon are just being unrelenting here. They've only got 21 on a penalty and 2 down on Backlink. They could knock it out here, Spy.
Yeah, like, it's honestly really surprising how they kind of reject everything. They really went for that really fast knockout. They got so many specials. I feel like that Booyah Bomb at the start was really strong too. And that was just really insane. Really, Backlink Gaming doesn't have any chance to kind of catch up. And that first emote, oh, it's so good.
You're a fan of that one, yeah?
Yeah, even though I like the little body wave thing too, it's so funny and it's so fruity. I love it.
I just love that we can twiddle our slush machines and tips again. I'm expecting to see a lot of new... The Tri-Slosher Nouveau being one of the stronger weapons for the recent patch. I'm expecting to see a lot of them kind of twiddling the... But yeah, there's a great selection of emotes. Although I was talking to Donut, who is a fantastic Splatling user, and she is very unhappy at the quality downgrade compared to the Splatoon 1 emote for hugging the Splatling. It looks like the Splatling is kind of just floating in front of the Inkling rather than actually holding it, and she's not happy.
Yeah, I feel like that modeling was kind of done weird. I feel like they had to do that because of the Hydra, but I have no idea. It looks so off. Even, I mean, it is still the hug, so it's kind of iconic, but I don't know what they did with this. I feel like they could have done way better, especially with all these cool and like characteristic animations that we have with the victory emotes. I mean, literally, look at the Tri-Stringer one. I know you like Tri-Stringer.
I'm so sad though that it's just the same. It is literally just a carbon copy of the original kind of Tri-Stringer one, so we don't even get any variety in it. I was fuming when I saw that,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
then got happy when I saw the sloshes spin around again.
yeah, I mean, they could have literally at least give Dooley's Umbrellas the Splatoon 2 map because it is repping Inkopolis. And
Yeah,
Splatoon 2 is Inkopolis.
yeah.
So I don't know what they were doing with this.
that
They were just
makes
like,
too much sense for Nintendo, though. That's the problem, Spy. You're applying
they were
logic.
doing like freak umbrellas.
Yeah. I know you're disappointed you don't get to play Mamoru in Spy, but you get to spectate it on Splat Zones. Have you had much chance to play in Splat Zones?
Yeah, I did play some of Mamoru and Splatoon. It is kind of cool, actually. I mean, the map is really small. It's kind of comparable to Brightwater Springs. But something about this map is something that I really like. I don't know what it is.
I found it very challenging if a team get a good hold and then take control of the central area here, where we're seeing the Nautilus going right now. It can be very, very scary to try and recover from that. And Backlink are going to make the first statement here, despite going a player down. We've got Crab Tank forcing Dynamon players back and getting a really nice pick on one of the splashes there. But here comes the Booyah Bomb in an attempt to clear out and retake. And quite messy, actually, here. Dynamon have capped the zone, but they've lost 3 players, so Backlink will swiftly retake this back. And this is looking a little bit stronger than last game on their part.
Especially, like, I haven't commented on the Nautilus yet. I actually think it's a really cool pick. And, like, that reaction time of the Nautilus was actually really cool right now. And I feel like that is something that we need to see more often. And Dynamon actually tries to get in again with 2 crabs. And, I mean, they don't have the zone yet, but that could really bring out their potential, I feel like.
It's certainly a good comp for retakes, but they're struggling here. They were 2 down at the end of those Crab Tank rushes, and Backlink have held the zone without a penalty here. I agree, though, the Nautilus is a brilliant pick, and I think after the buffs as well, I mean, the shot speed is just so fast. You just snap your fingers and you're gone. A lot of the time if you're in the line of sight of one of those. I think Backlink as well, having the double splash, but with the new splash as a factor as well, is good here, because the triple ink strike has been doing work for them so far. And that was a beautiful flank by Pat, taking out that Crab Tank and trying to end the game now, but it looks like Dynamon is scraping for a cap. They have took out 2 players, but this is the problem with trying to cap both zones. It is a bit more challenging than if you just got the one to skirmish over.
Yeah, but I mean, Dynamon actually got this zone, so it doesn't look like this map will be over soon. I feel like they were kind of struggling at the beginning, but they kind of got the hang of it. So, you know, the machine, just spamming fizzies as usual. That's the Nautilus, though.
Yeah, that's the machine's way of getting back in. Spam fizzies, get Booyah, and then just go from there once you've got Booyah ready. I like that they're grouping up together, Backlink here. They're getting all the specials together before they approach. Dynamon applying a lot of offensive pressure from mid with the Crab Tank there, but that triple ink strike forcing them off and Fly Zero going down. So triple ink strike doing a great job there with threatening the crabs. There is one more crab still up, but it looks fairly even here, 2 up a side. And actually Dynamon just about clutching out that exchange, so they're going to recap without a penalty. That could be very scary for Backlink if they don't win this next exchange.
I mean, Backlink has really got the upper hand right here. I mean, the players of Dynamon are kind of getting forced out now, which is really not to their liking. But I feel like once they get their specials ready, this could be a really strong push. But I feel like that Nautilus is kind of against all of that special usage, especially because it's like standing on this upper mid kind of platform, and that's just really good for the weapon. I feel like this could potentially be one of the best Nautilus maps in my opinion.
Definitely. We saw Fly Zero go down there, and I think that might have been a clever bomb from Backlink into the splash wall, taking out Fly Zero just from the impact of the radius explosion. It's a good back and forth now. I'm enjoying the fact that it's heating up a bit and it's not feeling particularly domineering either way. We are seeing this kind of trend with Dynamon that they are getting those crab tanks and always gravitating towards the circular platform here is quite a safe way to poke at the zone and paint, but it is not going to work, and with 3 of them down, Backlink are going to close this out, I think.
Yeah. Like, damn.
Through.
I feel like that Nautilus was really not letting anyone in. It was kind of that defensive turret, you know, that just kind of makes sure that the enemies are staying at their base. While I feel like the crab tanks could have focused a little more on the Nautilus. I don't know how it pays out with the range on like that left kind of platform, but I don't know, that was certainly interesting.
Yeah, It was. I like how it's heated up a bit. Maybe that first game was the scare that Backlink needed to really get stuck into this. But I think that was also a really good illustration, because I know when there was the initial buff to Triple Link Strike, there was a lot of skepticism about whether it was actually going to be impactful or bother Crab at all, because you're quite vulnerable when throwing the Triple Link Strikes out. But I think we saw that game, beautiful application of the Ink Strikes. Every time there was a Crab tank set up on a perch trying to just paint for free, those Ink Strikes came out and either outright got a kill, or at bare minimum displaced the crab tank and broke the crab tank, preventing them from being able to kind of just advance for free. So I thought that was really good application of that on Backlink's part. And we've got Eeltail Ali, Tower Control, as the game 3 that is going to decide the victor of this set. Just to say, folks, as well watching, because we're having really good turnouts to these tournaments, which is great to see, we have gone for groups into single elimination. So the loser of this set won't be out the tournament or won't be in a loser's bracket. They'll be playing against 3 other teams, and the top 2 performing teams of those groups will be advancing into a single elimination bracket. So this is the decider for this skirmish between these 2 teams. What do you think of this, Matt?
I mean, it is. I'm just gonna say it. This map is awfully dead after this one patch that Nintendo put out, just because that freaking ramp going to your base is gone. Why the hell, Nintendo? What were you smoking? No, but
I
like,
love
really...
the reception to their map balances. I'm sure people have seen it already, but Dude, there was a clip of Dude looking desperately around Wahoo World trying to find what they changed, and it was literally that pathetic little pillar in the middle of the zone. It was like the only thing the developers added. It's like, come on, we've been begging for a lot more than that.
Literally, all Nintendo has been doing is just add freaking, poles everywhere and just remove a freaking option to get in and get out. That's cool.
Dynamon going for crack on roller. Sorry to cut across you there, Spy, but that stands out to me because I haven't seen much crack on in tournaments yet. So Backlink is sticking with the comp that worked well for them last game. Don't blame them for that. But the 52 on Dynamon's part has been traded out for a crack on roller.
Yeah, I feel like improvising is kind of cool, even in tournaments. So if they actually get to work around that crack on roller a lot, that could really be something huge for them. Even if I'm of the opinion that crack on roller is not that good because it doesn't have like any way to get in, because it doesn't have like curling bomb or something. I still think it's kind of cool because it has Kraken, which is kind of a special that is really popular right now, because it's like that one throwback to Splatoon 1, even if it's not as broken.
And there it is in action. There it is, a flanking Kraken taking out 2. That is beautiful by Fly Zero, showing that the Kraken can do work. And yeah, I think we're all nostalgia pilled for the Kraken because we missed the Anarchy in Splatoon 1. We're past the point of remembering how brain dead that special was to use. It is certainly not brain dead to use in this game, but that was really nice application by Fly Zero that's enabling a push. We've got Sylve there charging the Booyah Bomb to progress this further, but Backlink managing to stay alive. But here we go again with the Kraken, killing the Crab Tank, and meaning that they're already at the final checkpoint.
I love Kraken countering crap because I don't know, it's kind of satisfying to see that one meta weapon absolutely demolished. I'm just kidding. No, this is actually really cool. Like, that Kraken is really good in this, and I mean, it really seems like Dynamon will win this. Yeah, like, wow. They went through this smooth like butter, like, actually. And that Kraken roller flanking and getting 2 picks, that was really huge, and then just getting in with the Kraken again. I loved it.
Yeah, and again, the last game where it felt like Backlink, it felt a very even kind of exchange, but Dynamon just so coordinated there. And I take your point, Spy, about the Kraken in terms of it in itself. It doesn't really have a sub that helps it to advance. But I think when you've got a team like that is a very offensive team, Double Splash and a Slosher Machine, I think that's probably what's enabled that play to be just so aggressive and such a dominating push as soon as they got that one opening. So, yeah, I mean, really impressive from Dynamon. I find it quite fitting that Dynamon had a very powerful roller there to close their set out.
Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't really fit the actual roller, I actually think it was cool. I'm never gonna talk crap about Kraken roller ever again. I'll promise. Probably not, but I'm just gonna say it because why not?
You'll be spreading crack-on propaganda instead after that showing. I mean, that is one way to wake us up and get things going. And I do believe we're going to have another match for us to hop straight into, Spy. So the action continues. It's going to be Shard. I mean, Shard very, very well known for good reasons for very consistent performances at high levels of play versus Woomy Super Team. But I think we're going to just take a quick break first. We're going to be getting... Cool. We'll see you shortly, folks.
Champions is going to be,
and that is game.
And that is lead.
Is the tournament.
Oh my god!
That's game. That was the anchor.
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!